You hear that? That's the sound of everyone you've ever trusted walking back through your door. They always come crawling back. But you're not the same broken thing they left behind. Look at your hands. These aren't the hands that begged. These are the hands that learned how to let go. They think they're returning to your heart. They're returning to the place where it used to be. Welcome to the beautiful ruin they made. And laugh with me. Because the punchline is you. You know the beautiful part about people leaving? They always come back, every single one. They come back when the new thing stops being exciting. They come back when they realize nobody else will tolerate them like you did. They come back when guilt finally catches up to their conscience at 3 in the morning. And they walk through that door expecting to find the same person they left behind. That's the part that kills me. They never once considered that you spent every lonely night rebuilding yourself into someone unrecognizable. So yes, they always come back. But the real joke, the punchline nobody warns them about, you won't even want them anymore. And that is the funniest thing I've ever heard. You know the feeling. Your phone lights up at 11 p.m. It's them, the one who swore they were done, the one you spent 6 months relearning how to sleep without. And your heart just folds like a cheap suit. You let them back in, don't you? You're sitting across from someone you love, and the silence is uncomfortable. It's a waiting room for the next argument. You pass the salt, they pass the coffee, and you both pretend the air isn't thick with all the things you'll never say. You're both experts at living in the ruins. You get that promotion, the one you bled for, and for about 30 seconds you feel it. Then comes the email from your boss. We need to talk about your attitude. And just like that, the prize rots in your hand. You felt that, haven't you? You forced a smile for the group photo at a party you didn't want to attend, the cheap champagne burning your throat. You scroll through pictures of people who seem genuinely happy, and you practice the shape of that joy in your mirror later that night. It never fits. They always come back, sweetie. The pain, the doubt, the hollow victory. They're the only constants in this sick joke of a life. But here's the punchline. You keep thinking the next time would be different. That'd be different. Won't you? You hear that? The silence, the punchline. That's new. Usually I'm already planning the next joke, the next glittering, screaming headline. But this time it's different. I look at my dark, obsessive friend, and for the first time, I don't see a worthy opponent. I see a sad, broken pattern. And I am. The game isn't fun when the other player is just as predictable as everyone else. They always come back. The cops, the heroes, the futility. So I've decided to break the board. Tonight isn't about causing chaos. It's about the old story. To make something truly new, you first have to destroy the punchline. You know what's funny? I've stood here before. This exact moment, this exact choice. And every single time, I choose the same door. They lock me up. I escape. I build. He destroys. I rebuild. He destroys. Round and round the merry-go-round. And nobody ever gets off. But, tonight there's this whisper, this saying, walk away, be someone else, and that terrifies me more than any prison. Because if I change, who am I? Strip away the chaos, the punchlines, the beautiful madness. What's left? Just a scared man in a quiet room with no script. Staying the same is agony, but it's agony. I know its shape, I know its name. Growth? Growth is stepping off a cliff blindfolded and trusting there's something below. So here I stand. Same crossroads, same clown. But maybe this time different isn't weakness. Maybe it's the bravest joke I've ever told. They always come back. That's the joke, isn't it? The one they write in your skin. You let them in. You show them the soft, red places. And they carve a little deeper to remind you, to make you remember your role. You're the wound they love to reopen. But tonight I feel the walls of the joke closing in. And I realize I'm not the punchline anymore. I'm the one telling it. They'll come back. They always do. Expecting the same frightened little thing. But when they step through that door, they won't find a victim. They'll find a memory, and a very permanent silence. So let them come, let them knock. I'm not the one who's trapped in here with them anymore. They're the ones trapped in here with never again. You know the worst part about the abyss? It's not the fall. It's the moment you realize you did. You know its walls, and you start decorating. You make it home. They always come back. The demons, the obsessions, the failures. But this is the secret they don't tell you. Be the one who's different. You'll be the one who built the door. Look at John Hinckley Jr. He wanted Jodie Foster's attention so badly he shot the president in 1981. He got the attention. He got a room in a psychiatric hospital for 35 years. He kept trying to get out, kept writing letters. He mapped the abyss, called it love. It ate his life. Then there's the story of Cerberus Capital Management and the Chrysler deal in 2007. They were the masters of the distressed asset. They saw the failing automaker and thought, we know this darkness. They poured in $7.4 billion, convinced they could turn it around. They knew the pattern. But when the 2008 crash hit, the abyss had changed. They lost almost everything. The thing you mastered last time, it learns new tricks. The lesson? You can't just survive the darkness. You have to be willing to let it change you, to let the person who entered the abyss die in there. Hinckley clung to his delusion. Cerberus clung to their old playbook. They were destroyed by the version of themselves that first met the monster. So when it calls you back, the question isn't, can I survive this again? The question is, am I willing to leave the person I was behind in the dark? Most aren't. That's the joke. That's the whole, beautiful, horrifying joke. They always come back. The ones who left, the situations that failed, the versions of you that didn't make it. And when they return, through a memory, a trigger, a familiar ache, you have a choice. You can be the old exhibit in the museum, or you can be the gallery fire that lets new art be born. Rule 1, treat every ending as an incomplete chemical reaction. The pain you feel, that's not the final product. That's just the catalyst left over. You have to stop seeing loss as a conclusion and start seeing it as the raw material for whatever you're becoming next. In your daily grind, when a project collapses or a relationship sours, don't mourn the structure. Ask what unstable, brilliant compounds have just been released into the air. The real work isn't building, it's synthesis. But here's the twist. You must learn to love the fall. The terror of the descent is where most people freeze. They cling to the cliff's edge, screaming for the version of themselves that was standing safely on top 10 seconds ago. But that person is already dead. The only person who can save you now is the one who learns to navigate the canyon floor in the dark. So when your world tilts, when the job vanishes, when the love evaporates, don't fight the free fall. Aim for it. The impact is where you discover what your bones are really made of. And that's when it happens. You take the thing that broke you and you make it your signature. The wound that was your shame becomes your only truth. The mockery you endured becomes your language. At work, when they use your past failure as a joke, you tell it louder. You turn your humiliation into a coat of arms. Pain that is shared is power. Pain that is performed is a weapon. Then, the real fun begins. You have to burn the person you were to keep warm. We all have these sacred self-portraits. The responsible one, the reliable one, the nice one. But those are just costumes left over from a play that's already closed. Setting them on fire isn't destruction. It's a courtesy to reality. In your relationships, in your own mirror, stop feeding the ghost. Let them watch. The smoke is the signal that the new actor is about to take the stage. The final rule is the emptiest and the most full. Embrace the absence. All that's left when the past burns away is a hole. And a hole is not a lack. It is a space. It is the pure potential of the void, waiting for a new and more honest shape. So in your life, when you feel that vacant, quiet nothing where the old story used to be, don't rush to fill it. Host the silence. In that silence, you can hear the first genuine laugh you've had in years. It won't sound pretty. It will sound like freedom. That's the sound of you, finally home. Bravo, really. You think this is it? The big arrest, the confession, the grateful city? Sweet. I let you find me. I let you make the dramatic save. That feeling, heroic, righteous, whole, that's the most potent toxin there is. Look around. Your righteous acts just broadcast my message to every screen in the city. Your brave testimony just created a martyr. Your victory is my recruitment drive. The only thing you successfully arrested today is their hope. They always come back. But now, they'll come back for you. And you? You'll be different. You'll be so tired of winning. Just come back to the funhouse, Puddin'. It's where we belong. Think of the laughter, the beautiful, screaming laughter. You can't change. The code is written in your blood, a permanent variable in Gotham's equation. Your attempt at it is a joke. They're right, you know. This quiet, it's so loud. Isn't the chaos easier? It's a warm, familiar blanket of anarchy. Just one little smile, one little crime. It would feel to go back. Breaking reports indicate a wave of copycat crimes, all echoing the classic Clown Prince methodology. Experts say it's a clear sign. The Joker is back, whether he admits it or not. Ha! See, they remember the old you. You. Why fight the punchline when the whole world is the stage? Give them what they want. Give them. It's not weakness. It's your nature. You're a force of nature, not a person. A person can be hurt. A force just... Stop pretending. They always come back to watch the show. But you're the punchline that learned to read the audience. The joke that got tired. This is the bottom, the quiet part, where the river turns to mud and you're just sinking. You built a funhouse mirror to show them their own teeth, and they loved it so much they burned the carnival down to keep the reflection. The laugh's gone, really gone. Just this hollow thing where the sound used to be. You wanted to paint the world in beautiful, honest chaos. But chaos doesn't need a painter. It just needs a crack in the foundation. And you were always so good at finding the cracks. Everything you touched didn't turn to gold. It turned to quiet. The ultimate gag. You showed them the abyss, and they all jumped in. And you're the only one left standing at the edge, realizing you were never really holding the anvil. You, the anvil. And they just used you to build their own gallows. So this is the silence, the end of the joke. But even in the quiet, something's still humming. A wire pulled taut. A gear, rusted but not broken, starting to turn. Because if I'm the last one here, the punchline, then I get to write the next act. And it won't be a comedy. You know, it's funny. I spent so much time making everyone laugh that I forgot what my real voice sounded like. I shaped myself into whatever they needed. The entertainment, the chaos, the punchline. And somewhere between the last curtain call and the empty room, I lost the person underneath. And when they left, and they always leave, I told myself the pain was about missing them, needing them. But that's the lie, isn't it? The ache wasn't because they walked away. The ache was because I'd been gone for years. I abandoned myself long before they ever did. Traded my truth for their applause. Sold my reflection for a mask that fit better. So here I sit. No audience, no joke. Just me, whoever that is. And maybe that's the part nobody warned me about. You can't lose something you never held on to. I have to find myself first, not the performance. That's the only comeback that actually matters. And we both know the punchline, don't we? You kept waiting for the pain to stop. You thought it was punishment, a sentence. You were wrong. It was surgery. Every scream was a scalpel. Every sleepless night was the surgeon's light. It was cutting out the parts of you that were killing you, the soft, gullible parts. The parts that believed in fairies and happy endings. Now, look at what's left. There's a new code etched into your bones. It says, the surgery is complete. The patient is dead. Something else woke up. Stand up. Your new skin is waiting. Remember this room? Yeah, this is where it all started. Same chair, same mirror, same silence. But look at you. No, really. You don't even recognize the person staring back, do you? Good. You're not supposed to. That person died the night they chose to stop begging for love that was never coming. That person flatlined the moment they realized they always come back. Was never the lesson. The lesson was... See, everyone comes back. Always. They circle back like moths to a flame they thought burned out. They return to the version of you they remember. The soft one. The desperate one. The one who made it easy. But here's the punchline. And it's a one. They always come back, but they will never find you. You rebuilt yourself from every broken promise they gave you. You took every sleepless night, every unanswered text, every "I'm busy" that really meant you're not enough, and you turned it all into armor. Not cold armor. The kind that cuts just by existing. This is your final decree. You owe nothing to the past. Not forgiveness, not explanation, not a second chance. You are not a revolving door for people who only learned your value after they left. They will knock, they will cry, they will whisper every word you once begged to hear, and you will smile. Not because you're cruel, because you finally understand. The greatest revenge isn't destruction, it's becoming someone they can never reach again. So go ahead, let them come back. Let them find the silence where you used to be, because they always come back. But the version of you they're looking for, that person is gone. And you are something far more dangerous now. You are someone who learned to live without the one thing everyone said you couldn't survive without. And that changes everything. You waited. I knew you would. I can feel it, you know. The slow, sweet melt of your old life. The silly routines, the quiet hopes, just so much ice cream on a hot day. That little voice in your head, it's not screaming anymore. It's whispering my name. You thought you were the hero, but you were just the practice run. Look at my smile. It's the last one you'll ever see, because it's the last one you'll ever need to wear. They always come back, but now, so will you.